Welcome to the Yako Dojo Karate channel. Okinawan Karate was designed for self-defense and has a strong grappling component. In this video we are going to demonstrate how to grip. We are going to show two throws that appear in the Pinan Shodan kata and also variations to these throws. We are going to start this video by reviewing the grappling stance. When you start to grapple, that requires a change of mindset, one from punching into throwing. Your objective is to throw the opponent, and you are using punches and kicks only to soften up the opponent. My background is in judo, so we are going to start with the basic judo grip. In grappling, we usually stand with the dominant leg and hand forward, so we are both right-handed, so that's going to be the right hand and foot. I'm going to grab his dogi either under the elbow or above the elbow, and I'm going to take all the slack out of it. With the other hand, the dominant hand, I'm going to grab the lapel of the jacket. This is the judo stance. This is good for judo, but not good for street fighting, where a lot of techniques that are illegal in judo can happen. For example, the opponent can punch me, he can kick me, he can knee me, he can gouge my eye, grab my throat, grab the groin, or headbutt. So the stance has to be modified so that we are less susceptible to these attacks. The first change I'm going to make is that I'm going to lock his hand under my armpit. For that I'm going to change the grip so that it's above the elbow, and I'm locking it under my armpit. This way he can't pull this out easily. I'm also going to change the grip on the lapel. I'm not going to just hold him here. I'm going to slide my hand all the way up to the back of the neck. This is almost like a wrestling grip. And this allows me to control his shoulder with my forearm. If he tries to punch me, I can stop the punch with my forearm. In order to avoid headbutts, I'm going to hide my head behind his shoulder. So this is what the stance looks like. I pull my head out from behind his shoulder so that I can talk. In clinch fighting, it's often recommended that you go very close to your opponent so that the person can't hit you with knees. Unfortunately, in street fighting, being close to the opponent doesn't give you any safety. He can still knee the groin, but now it's so much easier to get into the eyes or into the groin. So I recommend keeping your distance. And now the person can of course kick you with the knee. What you have to make sure is when he's kicking with the knee, you don't just block it with a double block, but you actually try to catch it. Once you catch the knee, then you can throw him. And the objective here is to throw. This stance is optimized for throwing. In the next segment, we are going to review some of the basic throws. So we are going to look at Osoto Gari. Osoto Gari is one of the easiest throws in judo, and typically this is the first throw that is being taught to students. This is what it looks like. I'm holding my opponent with a regular judo grip. I'm throwing, coming in, and throwing him. And I'm going to show it one more time in the other direction. So he is standing in a neutral stance with the feet aligned, coming in, and so the direction of the throw, when he is lining up, he is standing in a neutral stance. Then I have to throw him perpendicular to his stance. So now his stance is in this way, so I have to throw him perpendicular to that, which is straight backwards. I'm going to offset myself because I have to go through him to be able to throw him backwards. So I'm offsetting myself. For now I'm holding him in a regular judo grip. I'm stepping forward with this foot. I'm not going beyond the line that connects his heels, but I go all the way up to that line. I'm pulling him up. I want his head to come close to my head, because when that happens, then his weight is on his right foot. I'm pulling my own foot through and kicking out that foot. In grappling, people stand with the strong side forward. So they would be standing in a stance where I'm right-handed, so my right leg is forward. He's also right-handed, so he would stand the same way. And if this is the case, I'm looking at his feet. They are on this line, so I have to throw him perpendicular to that line. So 45 degrees to the back, which I can do. Offsetting myself is very easy. I'm already sort of offset. So next time I'm going to pull him up close to me, and at the same time I step in, and then I can throw him. Now, if he's a striker, then he'll be standing with the power side to the back and the weaker side to the front, which is left. Now here, the feet are lined up this way, so the throwing direction is that way. I have two options. One option is that I can just switch grips and try to throw him as a left-handed judo player. Well, I'm not left-handed and I don't know how to throw to the left. I try to practice it and it's hopeless for me. The question is how I can turn a right foot forward stance into a neutral, or better yet, a left foot forward stance. One of the options, these are all judo options, is to attack this foot. For example, pretend to do an Osoto Gari, in which case he's going to step over it, and now I can come and throw him in this direction. That's option one. Another option is to simply move him. Now he is lined up the correct way, and now I could go and throw. And the third option is to hook my leg in, and now I'm going to actually turn him into a position where I can throw him in that way. And the way to do that is I'm going to grab his jaw and just push it in that direction. The next throw we are going to look at is called Kubiwa. It is a karate specific throw. It doesn't exist in judo. So first we are going to demonstrate it. We are standing in our striking fighting stance with the dominant leg and hand backwards and left forwards. He's going to strike me, and this is what the takedown looks like. Let's break this down. He's going to strike me, which I'm blocking and stepping next to him. This other hand goes next to his neck while I am striking his neck as well as his jaw and pulling his head towards me. By pulling his head towards me, I break his posture. I can use the other hand to make sure that I break his posture, and then I'm rotating him down. If I need more rotation, I can move my other foot backwards. Let's show that too. So you strike, I come in, and then I'm throwing him. So next we are going to show it from a different angle. From here. He's going to throw a punch, which I'm blocking, coming in. I'm trying to hit his jaw and neck, pulling his head towards me, breaking his posture with my other hand, and by pulling his head towards me and rotating him down. There is a brute force version of this too. When he is punching, I do what I did, but rather than pulling his neck towards me, I'm going to control him by his jaw, by taking him down. It's a little dangerous. I don't want to do it at full speed. So that is Kubiwa. Next we are going to look at Seoi nage. First thing is unbalancing. I'm pulling him onto his tippy toes so that his center of gravity gets outside his feet. Then I'm going to, with this hand, come out and step in with the left foot. Step in with the right foot, go under his center of gravity and lift him up. And then throw him over, but I don't really want to throw him onto the ground here. So again, I'm just going to show the footwork. So I'm pulling him up. The right foot comes here, left foot comes here. I'm coming under his center of gravity and throw him that way. I'm looking backwards. So from here, coming in, and throw him like that. So from here, I'm coming down and pulling him up, coming in, throwing him up, and then throw him. Given his size, it's highly unlikely that he can throw me with this throw. So what we are going to do is turn it sort of into a taiotoshi. So he's still going to come in, he's going to unbalance me. I'm going to turn, but I'm turning, so in a Seoi nage I would turn all the way here. Here I'm only turning to this degree, and I'm putting this foot right in front of his shin. And instead of throwing him that way, I'm going to throw him that way. This way he just goes over my feet. I can show it from this angle too, a little bit to the back. So from here, this is slightly outside his foot. This is squarely inside, and then I'm going to push it out. I'm on the balls of the foot, and if you look at me, I am at an angle to him, so I can actually push him that way, because that's the direction of the throw. So when we are standing like this, Seoi nage would go in that direction, and the taiotoshi is going into that direction. So once again, from here, I'm balancing him, coming in, and I'm throwing him in that direction. I hope you enjoyed this video and found the content useful. In the next episode, we are going to present a complete walkthrough of the techniques in the Pinan Shodan kata. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing so that you get notified about new videos, and please visit our channel again. Thank you.